Right, morning everyone. Welcome back to Morning Cup at 8. Right, so looking at the S&P 500, managed to gain 0.41% to close at 7584 points on Thursday. Perfect, demonstrating how the market breadth can carry the index, even the big tech tumbles. Right, so I think while the tech-heavy Nasdaq dip recently as well. Money did leave the market as it actively rotated. Right. Okay, so yeah, the rotation away from the tech was sparked by the Broadcom tumbling over 12% yesterday after the AI revenue guidance failed to satisfy the sky-high expectation. So this threw the cool water on the AI trade, triggering immediate healthy profit taking across the semi-heavyweight like Micron, ARM, AMD as well. Um, right. However, I believe the rotational broadening out is healthy sign that the bull market is diversifying its support bases. Right. So if you look at the China E50 future as well, it took a deeper hit on Thursday or yesterday session, dropping around 1.89% as it sudden external shock and the domestic structural changes sparked the wave of aggressive de-risking. Right. So I think the primary driver was a total U-turn in the geopolitics. The fresh military hostile between the US, Iran erupted, pushing the WTI crude back uh, uh, lower, right? Okay. So I believe for this China A50, well, this sudden threat, prolonged conflict completely crushed the global peace dividend, right? And renewed intense energy inflation fears across Asia. And also in terms of technical, recently the China A50 futures rejected this 16,000 resistance level and could potentially eyeing for the 15,500 level after it break past the 21-day moving average level, right? So if you look at the WTI growth futures, well, it faced a fresh wave of selling pressure yesterday, right? Dropping around 3.4% as the market expectation adjusted to shifting the diplomatic signal from Washington. So yeah, I believe the main trigger for the drop was the growing market clarity over Trump's approach, which reports indicating his strong reluctance to escalate the conflict into a full-scale war with Iran, which have really eased the fear of the catastrophic regional supply blackout. Right. So I think at this juncture, we still keep our negative bias unchanged in tandem with the uh, current market condition as well. And looking at our Malaysia market, right, the FBM KLCI, well, it's staged a strong rebound yesterday, right, a resilient rebound on Thursday, backing a broadly weaker regional market. I think the local indices snapped the multi-day, the previous multi-day slide as buyer aggressively stepped in. And also the main catalyst here was pure valuation support. I think after the benchmark index recently slipped below its key year-to-date level, the uh, bargain hunters, right, flooded back to scoop up uh, severely oversold the blue chips stocks, right? Now I think the major volatility and the liquidity were triggered by the semi-annual rebalancing or review as well last week, right? And also, if you see here, right, the IOI property growth, which search into the 30 stocks KLCI benchmark as well, completely replacing the legacy giants like the SMW, right? And also this forced massive immediate portfolio reshuffling among the index tracking fund. And if you look at the heat map now, well, this is how exactly a healthy structural rebound looks, right? I think the index has reclaimed its strength because the institutional liquidity has rotated right back into the core banking giants and also the plantation heavyweights. So I believe that the tech taking a breath while banks and also retail favors like pharma search, prove that the sector rotation is alive and well, providing a highly balanced and also sustainable flow to the market's next, I would say, leg up, right? Well, in terms of sectorial wise, looking at day-to-day movement, plantation sector to lead yesterday by 2.94% gains, and followed by the rest like finance, REITs, and consumer as well. Yeah, I mean, talking about uh, since plantation was up by 2.9%, we are talking about plantation, right? So this is aligned with our report yesterday, where we publish SOP, and from the recent movement, we can see that it has breached the first resistance at 45 cent level, and now charging higher to test the next resistance at falling at 65 cent level. And if the bullish momentum could follow through, potentially we can see that the stock to propel higher towards the next target at 85 cent. Also do note that the MACD indicator is now showing that the strong bullish signal has crossed above the um, I mean the MACD signal has crossed above the signal line at the negative region, right? Moving on to our trading stocks, we have Johor Plantation for today, right? So the stock is on its breakout formation higher at ringgit 68 cent level on a strong volume. So with that, we expect the momentum to keep bullish and the stock able to propel higher to test the next level at ringgit 78 cent, followed by ringgit at 86 cent level. So if the stock to clear below the ringgit 60 cent support, this could reverse and trend lower. And next we have M Clean Technologies, right? So the stock is experiencing a breakout as well at 65 cent level. So if the stock to remain bullish, we are expecting that the price to reach 70 cent in the coming session, together with high volume. Second resistance is packed at 75 cent level, and do keep an eye at the 60 cent level for any attempt of reversal. So we have two breakout stocks for today, which is Johor Plantation and also M Clean Technologies, right? And lastly for the FCPO, right? So yeah, well, the market faced a sharp turnaround yesterday, right? Dropping 1.62% to close below the 4,700 level, right? So I think while the Jakarta or Indonesia new export central policy through the state-owned the Nantara officially kicked in, I think 1st of June, right? Well, the transition period allowed the private company to keep handling transaction until, if I'm not mistaken, it's September. So from here, the Indonesian producers are aggressively pushing out cheaper supplies right now to move volume before the state rules fully locked in, undercutting our, which is Malaysia export lah, right? Also, the industry surveys ahead of next week's official data will point to a bearish double whammy, right? If I'm not mistaken, Malaysia export fell about 6% in May, marking a multi-month low, while the local inventory stockpiles are projected to rise for the second consecutive month. However, for now, we still keep our bearish bias unchanged, unless the price to breach above the 4,700 level, which is our stop loss. But for now, we're still aiming for the 4,390 level, together with the 4,300 level, right? So that's all from me. Pass the floor to Adam for his updates. Thanks everyone and happy trading.
Okay, good morning everyone. So today we have a result. A wrap-up note for the construction sector for the latest first quarter 2026 reporting season. So overall, we see that the results were mainly in line. 4 were met our expectations, 5 missed, and 1 were exceeded. So the ones that met expectations, some of the ones are key heavyweights such as Suncon and Kejaya Prospect, while the ones that missed were mainly your small mid-cap contractors from the piling space, given that, their diesel proportion for their costs tends to be higher as compared to your normal contractors. So in terms of, your trends for the latest material prices, in April, we saw that steel prices, saw its first year-on-year increase after around 16 months of year-on-year declines. And for cement prices, in West Malaysia or Peninsular Malaysia, bag cement price rose to about 25 ringgit and 25 cents per bag, compared to the last 4 months where it was hovering about 24 ringgit per bag. This is, of course, following the impact of the Middle East conflict, which, creates a lot more of inflationary pressures, not just towards, normal commodities, but also your material prices. But moving forward, we see that, contractors with a sizable exposure to data centers could weather this uncertain environment, given that most of their data center contracts are on a cost plus basis, which basically enables them to share the rise in cost with the client. While other contractors would have to basically manage their procurement in a very prudent manner, so that they would not face any risks in terms of facing higher material prices if they do not procure properly. So in the grand scheme of things, we do still think that data center investments into Malaysia would continue, given that all these hyperscalers would need to compete in the AI arms race. And in terms of public infra projects, we think that just quoting the Ministry of Works, they mentioned that projects would need to continue, and in fact, they have recently discussed a cost-sharing mechanism between contractors and the government, where they could share the burden of higher material prices. So, all in, we still maintain overweight. Top picks are Suncon, Gamuda, and Kejaya Prospect. We still, think that, these names, would fare better in light of this uncertain climate. So that's all from me for today. I will pass on the floor to the next speaker, Vanessa. Thank you.
Thank you, Adam. Morning, everyone. This is Vanessa from the warrants team. So very happy to let you guys know that we are issuing three SKYECHIP core warrants today. It's new. So actually, we are not the only issuer that's issuing SKYECHIP this morning. So you will actually expect another 5 more SKYECHIP names on Bursa Malaysia. All right. However, I will still need to bring your attention to all these SKYECHIP core warrants that's issued by RHB. It's CF, CG, and CH. All right. So why do we actually issue so many, right? We do have a goal that we actually want to cater to different investors' needs. Some of you might want something that is more responsive, or we call it better sensitivity. And some of us might want to have a better effective gearing, regardless whether it's less sensitive or not. Okay, so the main differences of looking at this list here is that the exercise price is at different level. We actually have 1 ringgit 80 cents, 2 ringgit 55 cents, and 3 ringgit 30 cents for the exercise prices. All right, so if we are following yesterday's closing price of 2 ringgit 91 cents, then it's actually in between CG and CH. And CF is actually deep in the money. So if today you would like to trade on SKYECHIP core warrants, I would say CF will not be a good choice because it's already deep in the money. You will actually see the price of the warrant very high. Okay, so CG and CH, you can choose either one. CG, looking at the moneyness of this warrant, SKYECHIP CG is in the money, so it will be relatively more responsive, which means that you actually see, okay, never mind. We do have the warrants metrics ready on the website, so I'll just share with you lah, instead of me explaining. Yeah, so if you are following, then you can actually see SKYECHIP CH and SKYECHIP CG. Okay, CG is the responsive one. So you will actually see the warrants sensitivity flip by one tick, like 17 cents to 17.5 cents, with just like, about 3 ticks and 2 ticks. So this is what we call more sensitive. So which means that from here, 1, 2, 3 cents, then from 17 cents, it will become 17.5. So from 17.5 cents means that 292, 293, and then it will actually flip up to 18 cents already. So this will actually move very fast. If you don't mind taking out more capital, but then this will actually be a good option for you if you want a more responsive one. So once SKYECHIP mother share is moving, then you actually start seeing your warrants making money or drop also. All right. On the other hand, I would like to bring attention to is that the out of the money one, which is SKYECHIP CH. So the exercise price is at 3 ringgit 30 cents. So now it's 2 ringgit 90. So it's still there's actually about 12-13% towards 3 ringgit 30 cents. But this is actually how we determine the moneyness, whether it's in the money or out of the money, and then it will also affect the sensitivity of the warrants. But if you are not going to hold this warrant up until expiry, the expiry is in December, so you don't really have to wait for SKYECHIP to go over 3 ringgit and 30 cents, then only you can sell. You can sell anytime. All right, so you can sell anytime following these price metrics that is showing here. Okay, so assume that the opening price is at 2 ringgit 91 cents today. This morning also is the same price as yesterday. Then the warrant will be trading at 7 cents. So now you notice the differences between an out of the money warrant and in the money warrant. The price is actually cheaper. So when the price is cheaper, then you know that the percentage gain will be higher. So from 7 cents to 7.5 cents compared to 17 to 17.5. So imagine if you put in 10,000 ringgit. So the percentage gain will be different. Okay. However, you are still gaining like half a cent, means which is 1 tick. For this one, I would say the gearing effect will be better because you put lesser money, then you'll get, about the same gain. But this sensitivity, the sensitivity of a SKYECHIP CH will be lesser than this one. So this is about 3 ticks and this is about 5 ticks. If you look at here, the color of this price metrics. Yeah. However, that's one thing that you also have to take note is that how does the mother share move? Normally, do you think that SKYECHIP will actually move like just within a few cents, or it will actually go up and down for a few percent and all? If that is the case, if that's your view on SKYECHIP, that you have actually performed a technical analysis or you have some FA on it, then you can actually consider SKYECHIP CH, which is cheaper out of the money, and you might have to have better patience or more patience for it to go from 2 ringgit 91 cents to 3 ringgit for you to make money. Yeah, so from 7 cents, actually from 7 to 7.5, yes, but then if you're buying at ask price, 7 7.5 cents, then you'll be making money at 3 ringgit. When SKYECHIP is 3 ringgit, then you actually make half a cent. Yeah, so this is what we call the bid and ask spread. Yep. So how do you actually want to invest in it? Then you can definitely refer towards the TOCP and the opening of SKYECHIP market share this morning. So the market making will start at 9:01 a.m. So market opens at 9. So you still have 1 minute to see how much and what is the price that you actually want to queue at. So this for SKYECHIP CH and SKYECHIP CG. And I forgot about, no, I did not forget about SKYECHIP CF, but it's actually very deep in the money already. So you can actually not to look at it yet. Yep, so this is the 3 SKYECHIP warrants with different exercise price, very similar ratio for 4, 5, and also 5. So for SKYECHIP CH out of the money, the upside is there lah. I mean, if the upside is there, then once this warrant has gone above 3.30 cents, then you will actually notice the sensitivity to be increased. Okay, right. So if you have any questions on any of the warrants, you can definitely call us at this hotline number. Be it the SKYECHIP warrants questions or some other structured warrants questions, then we will actually answer to your queries. All right. So thank you so much for joining. We'll actually see you on Monday, 8 a.m. RHB Morning Club at 8, and happy trading today. Thank you.